What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button. Join Ninja Nation. I'm going to be headed to the All-Star game, and you're not going to want to miss all the interviews. So hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Spencer Watkins, who had 5 strikeouts in 5 innings, giving up only 1 run, thanks to his sliders, cutters, and fastball. Aaron Ashby had 5 strikeouts at 4 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 run, and had this filth. Ashby's got really good stuff, and his changeup and slider are filthy. And he has a mid to upper 90s fastball. Here's an overlay of his fastball and slider. You can see what makes those so tough to hit. Chris Bassett had 6 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run, thanks to his cutters and painted fastball. He outdueled Charlie Morton, although Morton did have these wicked curveballs of 3,235 RPMs, 3,262 RPMs, and 3,296 RPMs. According to Codified Baseball, there have only been 92 pitches thrown by starters this year that had over 3,200 RPMs, and 65 of them have been thrown by Charlie Morton. Pablo Lopez had his sick changeup and fastball combo working, and here it is in this overlay. Just nasty. JT Brubaker had 9 strikeouts in 7 scoreless innings thanks to his slider and 2-seamers. I love this de-helmeting slider. Zach Gallen had 5 Ks in 6 2/3 innings thanks to his dirty changeup, his nasty knuckle curve, and his fastball. Ross Stripling had 6 Ks in 7 innings and had his changeup and curveball working. His ERA this year, 3.03. Tarek Skubal didn't have a great game, but he did have this wicked 91-mile-an-hour slider and touched 100 with his fastball. This tied him with Justin Verlander for the fastest pitch thrown by a Tigers starter in the StatCast era. Josiah Gray had 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. He did give up 5 runs, but had this sword, and I love the announcers calling it a sword.
We got a sword.
Another Gray, John Gray, was dominant. He had 9 strikeouts in 7 innings, giving up only 1 hit. His slider's been really good lately, and he showed it off. Sugar Shane McClanahan continued his dominant run with 6 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 run on 3 hits. His changeup has been a weapon. He has almost a 45% whiff rate on his changeup, but he also has a 45% whiff rate on his slider. Pick your poison, and here's an overlay that shows both of those pitches working together. McClanahan's only allowed 21 earned runs in 18 starts with 147 Ks over that period. The only 2 starters that have a run like that, Luis Tiant and Pedro Martinez. Adam Wainwright had 5 strikeouts in 5 1/3 scoreless innings thanks to his 2-seamer and his beautiful curveball. Lucas Giolito had 5 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings, giving up no earned runs thanks to his changeup and slider. Cristian Javier had 10 strikeouts in 3 2/3 innings. Do the math, that's 10 Ks in 11 outs. He had his sliders and invisible fastball working. But yet that is not the story of the night. Shohei Ohtani was the filthiest pitcher on the planet yesterday. Shohei struck out 12 in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run. That 1 earned run did end his streak of innings without allowing an earned run, which set an Angels record. He did tie another Angels record, which is 4 consecutive starts of 10 Ks or more, tying Nolan Ryan. And he did all this without really having his splitter working. He did hit 101 on his fastball, and his slider was ridiculous. Check out this frisbee slider to Gurriel. Here's that frisbee slider overlaid with both his fastball and another slider from that at bat. Filthy. And here's another fastball and slider overlay. Shohei has a 44.6% whiff rate on his slider this year, and his slider, splitter, and curveball all have over 40% whiff rates. And I love Shohei pitching with emotion. Here's his fist pump after his 12th strikeout. He lowered his ERA to 2.38 this year and has 123 strikeouts in 87 innings, which gives him an amazing 12.7 K per 9. Oh, and he also hit a triple and drove in 2 runs in this game. It would be hard to argue that Shohei's not the best baseball player on the planet. Heck, he's put himself in contention for the Cy Young Award this year if Shane McClanahan falters at all. Just take it all in. You're watching an absolute legend. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Griffin Jax had this slider sword. Liam Hendricks had this nasty slider and celebration. And I like this K-point because I like to think he was thanking the umpire for helping him out with that slider. Joanne Duran had this splinker, although had a dong hit off it. These jokes are always funny, unless it's your junk that got hit. Dylan Tate had this wicked slider. Devin Williams had this mean fastball and airbender combo. Amazingly, Devin Williams has only given up 4 hits this year, all singles, off his fastball, and you can see why, because a hitter has to protect against that airbender. My filthiest reliever yesterday was Michael King, thanks to this 97-mile-an-hour two-seamer and 83-mile-an-hour slider combo. They totally crisscross. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. No, this isn't zen, but Amir Garrett and Baez hate each other. And I love AG trying to stay in the game to face him, basically begging. And Baez telling him he stinks as he walks off the field. Hilarious.
There's plenty of animosity between those two as Baez tells him to go take a shower.
What is up, Ninja Nation? My pick of the day today is for Blake Snell to have 8 strikeouts or more. Here's the current line. Snell has been a strikeout machine lately with 11 Ks and 12 Ks in his last 2 outings, and I think he's got another one in him. What would be your pick of the day?